Hello, my Fly Mickey friends, and welcome to the latest news from the world of Disney. And on this week's episode, changes at Disneyland Paris have angered their annual pass holders. Will it be a happily ever after July for the Walt Disney World resort? And it's the news the Hawaiians have been waiting for at Aulani, a Disney resort and spa. Now, before we take a look at this week's update, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and click the bell icon to stay in the know about all things Disney. So first up, Disneyland Paris annual pass holders will be restricted to just 3 park pass reservations each, beginning June the 4th. And this news has angered and upset a considerably large portion of a dedicated DLP fanbase who, according to posts on a variety of social media platforms, feel rather let down by the Walt Disney Company that they have supported so much over the years by purchasing these passes. When Disneyland Paris opened its Park Pass system in anticipation for the grand reopening on June the 17th, originally annual pass holders were not restricted to a certain number of reservations, and of course this caused the calendar to fill up pretty quick, effectively leaving no days available until October at the earliest for other Park Pass holders. In response to the AP complaints about this situation, it appears the Disneyland Paris management have gone in a completely opposite direction and will now be restricting pass holders to only having those 3 park passes at any one time, which in theory means that if you booked a 4-night getaway to the French resort, you can reserve 3 out of your 4 days in advance and then play chicken with the system on your first day to get access to the parks on the 4th, which is probably not the level of stress that you would like at the start of a magical break. If you are a guest, however, who has booked a Disneyland Paris hotel that includes park tickets, don't worry, your holiday comes with park reservations included. But for many AP holders, this isn't an option, and in fact a large portion of annual pass vacationers choose to stay off property as it's often cheaper for them. This change in policy now means a lot of Disney fans are having to make some hard choices, whether to take the risk and hope that their reservation will be available for the extra days of their holiday, or make alternative arrangements now and hope that they can recoup some of those initial holiday costs already laid out. The official statement from Disneyland Paris regarding these changes read, from June 4th, Disneyland Paris AP holders can only hold 3 days of park reservations. Any extra reservations must be cancelled by June 3rd, or they'll be automatically cancelled. In exchange, APs will be extended by 63 days, or holders can cancel or get reimbursed. So now comes that internal question that no doubt each DLP AP holder will be having with themselves this weekend. Should I continue to pay for an annual pass that now has considerably reduced value to me, or cut my losses and cancel my membership now? Let us know your thoughts on this subject in the comments below. In slightly more upbeat news from Disneyland Paris, as the resort prepares to reopen on June the 17th, work continues on the refurbishment of Sleeping Beauty's castle. Like Walt Disney World, Disneyland Paris is celebrating a milestone 30th year anniversary next year, and the works underway are there to give the iconic castle a much needed uplift in magic. And this week, the Disney Park blog showcased how cast members working at the resort are getting involved in the renovations. Participating cast members in the virtual event called Part of My Castle wrote over 2,000 personal messages to celebrate the magic of Disneyland Paris. These messages talked about the magic that they had discovered during their tenure working at the resort, their commitment to creating a one-of-a-kind experience for their fellow cast and guests, and words of hope and encouragement to all those who will follow in their footsteps. These letters, though, have been locked in a case and placed in one of the reinstalled turrets on Sleeping Beauty's castle, where they will remain sealed forever. So this week, Shanghai Disney Resort, via the Disney Parks blog, shared a behind-the-scenes look into the 5th anniversary cast and character costumes that will be appearing during their first major milestone celebration. Guests will notice that Mickey and friends are sporting a celebratory new look that honours the inspiration behind the enchanted storybook castle and the concept of endless surprises. Taking a peek behind the curtain, Kenneth Leung, costuming director at the resort, shared some details about what it takes to bring these special designs into the real world. In fact, this journey started some 20 plus months ago in the summer of 2019, when they spent almost 5 months on concept development, costume designing, fabrication selection, and development, before going on to a further 4 months on a large amount of patterning, muslin mock-ups and prototype building, fitting, modification and reviews, and all of that before actually producing the costumes. And we also got to find out about the colours of Mickey and his pals' costumes that were in fact designed in pairs, while at the same time they have an overall theme of ivory and champagne built in to unify all those costumes together. Plus, there are a lot of festival elements incorporated in the designs as well, from flying ribbons to hidden fifth logos on the brooches and the buttons, to a gradual colour palette on the dresses that represent the different levels of unpredictability of magical surprises. So therefore, it's no surprise that the production of the 5th anniversary costumes, from construction to final product, took over 11 months and 9,980 working hours to complete. Plus, it brought together 23 unique teams to bring this celebratory project to magical life. Now, could the Happily Ever After Fireworks Spectacular at Walt Disney World be returning in July? Well, this is a question with no direct official answer, to be honest, and has had the internet in a storm over the last few days due to what may have been an error of access. According to Google, during the week, Magic Kingdom's Happily Ever After fireworks are set to return to the park from July the 21st of this year. However, according to the Walt Disney World official website, they are still temporarily unavailable. For those that don't know anything about the Happily Ever After fireworks at the Magic Kingdom, it's a dazzling journey of colour, lights and song that captures the heart, humour and heroism of our favourite Disney animated films, all watched in awe projected onto Cinderella's castle, that becomes part of the story by magically transforming through amazing state-of-the-art technology integrated with lasers, fire and fireworks that has to be seen to be believed. But while it was announced this week that fireworks could be returning to Orlando for the 4th of July celebrations, Google's apparent revelations have raised many questions about fireworks returning to Disney World later in July. Well, officially, they're not happening, and according to Mickey Views, a solid source of information for all things Disney World, it appears that the Wikipedia page for the Magic Kingdom was subject to some vandalism and incorrect information was added, which was automatically captured by Google and then shared around the world. Since then, extra layers of protection have now been added to the page to stop any further unauthorized editing. However, for the record, Mickey Views does predict that the Happily Ever After fireworks will return sooner. Just watch this space. And finally, big news from Aulani, a Disney resort and spa in Hawaii, as the outdoor mask mandate for visitors has finally been lifted. Whether travelers or residents of Hawaii are vaccinated or not, it's now official that the outdoor mask mandate has been removed, according to an announcement made by Hawaiian Governor David Ige, who shared this week the news that the success story of their vaccine program and the cooperation of the residents across the state had led them to this point. Visitors can now enjoy Waikiki beaches, hiking in the Diamond Head crater, or taking in the gorgeous salty air of the Hawaiian island of Oahu, the home of Disney's Aulani Resort, mask-free. However, it is important to note that right now Aulani have not officially updated the website to represent this new mandate change, and that all Hawaiian states still require masks to be worn indoors. Hawaii is also recommending that the state continues to wear the masks outdoors where there are large groups, but to try and keep the groups limited to 10 people or fewer. All visitors to Hawaii, including those who have been vaccinated, are currently required to test negative for COVID-19 prior to arrival or face a mandatory 10 days of quarantine. And that's it for this week's news update. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Fly Mickey Travel, and now join us on the Clubhouse app at the Disney Travel Club, so you'll never miss out on the magic moments from the world of Disney. And all that's left to say is have a beautiful day.